What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so this was not a planned video, but I saw an article from the New York Post that talked about a new poll that has come out, and this poll confirms what polling has been showing for quite some time. For honestly, I would say the last 2 years. I've consistently come on here and have warned about this. If you're a Democrat, I warned about this for 2 years, and initially I had people telling me, look, you can't trust polling. Uh, polls don't matter. Only the vote on election day matters, and that's very true. But when you have every poll that has come out over the past 2 to maybe even 3 years, every single poll is showing the same thing. There's more polling than ever before. In every single poll, we're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of polls, and they're all showing the same thing. And that is that the Democratic Party is losing slowly but surely their near total grip on black people. More and more, in particular with young people, they uh, are not as monolithic in their support of the Democratic Party. I'm not saying all of them are Trump supporters, but some of them are Trump supporters. Some of them are third party supporters. Some of them are just independents who don't necessarily rock with the Democratic Party. Historically, since the civil rights era of 1960s, we have been overwhelmingly the most dominant supporters of the Democratic Party. Initially in the 60s, it was around 80 to 85%. Starting in the 2000s, it started going over and exceeding, going toward and exceeding 90%. As a matter of fact, in 2008, Barack Obama received about 95% of the black vote. 95%. LBJ in 1964, immediately after the passage of the Civil Rights Bill, got 96% of the black vote. But it has been eroding. 2012, Barack Obama got about 90, I think somewhere around 93% of the black vote. Hillary Clinton got 87%. Joe Biden, I think about 87, 88%. Kamala Harris has consistently been polling less than what has been the norm. And a new Cook Political Report polling average has Kamala Harris support in the black community at 75%. Donald Trump is at 19% with about 6% undecided. And that 75% sounds impressive, but it's not. It's not. It's not. To put it into perspective, Walter Mondale, who lost in a 49 state landslide to Ronald Reagan in 1984, got about 88% of the black vote. George McGovern got 87% of the black vote, and he lost in a 49 state landslide. So this is the deal. If Kamala Harris cannot do better than that, if she can't get it to at least more around 85, really 87-13, if she can't get it to that margin, if she only wins the black vote 75-20 or 70-27 or something to that effect, she's not going to win. She's not going to win Michigan. She's not going to win Wisconsin. She's not going to win Pennsylvania. She's not going to win Georgia. And to be honest with you, The Democratic Party should also be concerned about the erosion with the Hispanic vote. I did a video about that a couple of days ago. Barack Obama was getting over 70% of the over 70% Latino vote. Hillary Clinton, when she lost, got about 67% of Latino vote. Joe Biden got 61%, which was a drop off, but he was able to improve with the white vote over Hillary Clinton, and he was able to narrowly win Arizona, narrowly carry Georgia, narrowly carry Pennsylvania and Michigan, despite winning the popular vote nationally by 7 million votes. But I explained that because most of that margin comes from the states of New York and California. So if she can't do better than that, if she's going, like I said, Joe Biden got about 87, 88% of the black vote. If she can't do better than 70, 75, in addition to the erosions when it comes to the Latino community, I don't see how she's going to win. It's still time for her to make up ground. That's why they're pushing so many content creators, because they know that young people watch a lot of social media. That's why they have a lot of paid shields on here pushing for them to vote Democratic. They can't stand people like me. They can't stand people like uh, Philip Scott, an African diaspora, and anybody who is telling black people, telling our people, look, I'm not saying vote for Trump. I'm not a Republican shield or a Democratic shield. What I am is a person who is looking out for the best interest, at least from my perspective, of our people. And I'm tired of us being pawns for the Democratic Party. And if it takes a protest vote for them to finally take us seriously, because they don't take us seriously, they look at us as politically ignorant. They look at us as politically impotent. They look at us as a big, well, I shouldn't say big. They look at us as a small, flaccid political penis. They didn't put it like that, but that's how they look at us. They don't respect us at all. So at the end of the day, we have to pull a power move, in my opinion. We have to vote in protest. We have to vote in protest. And I agree with Philip Scott in this situation. I think this election is too important. This is a turning point election. This is a key election. I think that we can't sit this one out this time. Even if we have to vote for ourselves, protest against the Democratic Party. I'm not saying align ourselves with the Republican Party, but this time we got to protest. We got to do it. Because if we don't do it now, then they're never going to take us seriously. They're never going to take us seriously ever again. We got to call, because they're calling our bluff, to be honest with you. They're calling our bluff. So, it's the thing, like I said, man. A lot of young people, they get it. You know what I'm saying? They understand. They understand what's going on. They understand how the Democratic Party is using us. Okay, uh, they can see how everybody else in the Democratic coalition acts for something for their vote. They take their vote seriously. They want us to just vote because they tell us to vote. Because the so-called surrogates of the Democratic Party, these entertainers and athletes and rappers, they're supposed to be our leaders. These are our moral leaders. But anyway, they're trying to bully us. They're trying to cajole us, using bullying tactics to tell us, oh, niggas get in line and vote the way you're being told. That in itself should be condescending. The worst thing that I've ever heard a politician say the last 5 to 6 years, and Trump has said some stupid shit, absolutely. But the worst thing I ever heard a politician say was when Joe Biden opened his goddamn mouth and said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. This is the same man that was best friends with Robert Byrd, who was a KKK member. This is a man who rubbed elbows with Strom Thurmond, rubbed elbows with the likes of Lester Maddox, rubbed elbows with the likes of Jesse Helms. These were Republicans and were segregationists. These are the people who Joe Biden was friendly with. The main reasons why Barack Obama picked Joe Biden in 2008 was because of the fact that at that particular time, Joe Biden had a gravitas with the blue collar workers, or should I say white blue collar workers, and he was seen as somebody who I hate to put it like this, but white people could trust. Like, okay, well, we know Joe Biden, and we know he's not going to be controlled by Barack Obama. We know that he's one of us. He's more or less a low key WS. So that's how I look at this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this polling is very concerning if you're a Democrat. Very concerning. Um, the trend continues that no matter how much they try to use misinformation and scare tactics, this newer generation of young black people, I like to think that people like myself, to a very very small extent, people like myself are starting to have influence. We have an influence. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But tell me what you guys think.